I never wanted to go to my sister's engagement party. Not because I wasn't happy for her, but because every family gathering had taught me one brutal lesson over the years. I was always the inconvenience, the problem child, the sensitive one, the sister everyone had to adjust for. And now, the one in the wheelchair. The doctors called it temporary nerve damage after trauma. My parents called it bad luck. My sister, Lily, called it something else entirely. Drama. That word followed me everywhere. Still, when my mother stood in my bedroom doorway that afternoon, twisting her wedding ring nervously, I already knew what she was going to say. "Emma," she sighed, forcing a smile, "it would mean so much to Lily if you came tonight." I stared at my reflection in the mirror. The girl looking back at me didn't recognize herself anymore. Thin arms, dark circles, legs covered with a soft blanket, hiding what no longer worked the way it should. "I don't think that's a good idea," I said quietly. Mom's smile tightened. "Please don't make this about you." There it was. It always was about not making it about me. "It's just one evening," she added. "Smile, be supportive, don't bring up you know." I knew. My pain. My accident. My wheelchair. My existence. The golden child. Lily had always been different. Not smarter. Not kinder. Just favored. She was the kind of girl who entered a room and immediately became the center of it. Loud laugh, perfect hair, flawless confidence. Teachers loved her. Boys chased her. Relatives bragged about her. And me. I was the quiet one. The artistic one. The girl who stayed in her room and didn't demand attention. Until I got injured. Then suddenly, I was too much attention. The irony never failed to sting. The accident happened 8 months ago. A drunk driver ran a red light. He walked away. I didn't. When I woke up in the hospital, unable to move my legs, Lily had stood at the foot of my bed, arms crossed, expression unreadable. "So is this permanent?" she asked. The nurse shot her a warning look. Lily shrugged, just asking. Later, when the doctors left, she leaned closer and whispered, "Don't milk this, Emma. Mom and Dad already worry too much." That was the moment something between us cracked. The engagement party. The party was held at a high-end event hall just outside the city. White lights, crystal glasses, soft music. Everything screamed perfect life. As my dad pushed my wheelchair inside, conversations dipped. Eyes flickered toward me. Some people smiled too hard, others looked away quickly. I felt like a stain on a white dress. Lily stood near the center, glowing in a champagne-colored gown, her fiancé's arm wrapped proudly around her waist. She looked happy. When she saw me, her smile faltered for half a second. Then she leaned toward her fiancé and whispered something. He glanced at me. His expression shifted, confusion, then something close to doubt. That look hurt more than I expected. Mom rushed ahead. "Lily, sweetheart, Emma made it." Lily turned fully now, clapping her hands lightly. "Wow, you actually came." Her tone was sweet. Too sweet. "Hi, Lily," I said. She bent down slightly, her smile tight. "I didn't think the wheelchair would fit the theme, but here we are." I swallowed. Dad cleared his throat. "Where should we park Emma?" "Park? Like furniture." "Over there," Lily said quickly, pointing near a corner table. "Out of the way of the dance floor." Out of the way. Whispers. As the evening went on, I noticed things. People glancing at my legs. Whispering. Looking from me to Lily. At one point, I overheard my aunt murmur, "I heard she can stand sometimes." Another voice replied, "Really? Then why the chair?" I closed my eyes. I could stand on good days, for seconds, with pain shooting up my spine like fire. But explaining that took effort. And no one ever really listened. Across the room, Lily laughed loudly, holding court. I caught fragments of her words drifting over. Ever since the accident, it's been nonstop. Doctors say she's fine, you know. Some people just love sympathy. My chest tightened. Was she talking about me? Surely not. She wouldn't. Would she? The speech. Then came the speeches. Glasses clinked, music faded. Lily took the microphone, radiant, confident. Thank you all for coming tonight, she began. This day means everything to me. Applause. She went on about love, family, support. Then she laughed lightly. Family can be complicated, she added, glancing briefly in my direction. A few chuckles rippled through the crowd. But they're always there, even when they exaggerate things. I felt every eye turn to me. Heat crawled up my neck. My mother shifted uncomfortably, but said nothing. Lily continued, smiling. Right, Emma. The room went silent. My mouth went dry. I started, unsure what she wanted. She stepped down from the stage and walked toward me, heels clicking sharply against the floor. You don't mind, do you? She said, voice low now. I mean, you're okay, right? I looked up at her. Something dark flashed behind her eyes. Before I could answer, she grabbed the handles of my wheelchair. Laughter bubbled from the crowd, assuming this was a joke. Stop, I whispered. Lily. She leaned down, her smile gone. Stop faking for attention, she hissed. You've had enough. And then, she shoved. The fall. The world tilted violently. I remember the sound first. Metal scraping. Glass shattering. Someone gasping. Then the pain. Sharp, sudden, explosive. My body hit the floor hard, my head snapping sideways. My legs twisted beneath me uselessly. For a split second, everything went silent. Then chaos erupted. Oh my God. Did you see that? Someone help her. I lay there, staring up at the ceiling lights, blinking back tears, not just from pain, but from something deeper. Humiliation. Betrayal. I turned my head slightly. Lily stood frozen, hands covering her mouth. Oh my God, she said loudly. Emma, why would you do that? Do that? Her fiancé rushed forward. She fell. Lily nodded quickly. She tried to stand. I told her not to. A lie. So smooth, so practiced. Mom hurried over, panic on her face. Emma, why didn't you just stay seated? I couldn't breathe. My dad knelt beside me, eyes wide. She pushed you. Lily cut in sharply. Dad, don't start. Everyone's watching. Everyone was watching. And no one was really seeing. As people helped lift me back into the wheelchair, Lily leaned close again. Her voice was calm now. Satisfied. See, she whispered, this is why no one believes you. I met her eyes. And in that moment, something inside me changed. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't jealousy. This was war. I didn't go back to my parents' house after the engagement party. Not that night. Not the next day. Not even when my mother left 3 voicemails filled with shaky apologies and excuses that sounded more like explanations for Lily than concern for me. I went to the hospital. Again. The doctors confirmed what I already felt in my bones, literally. Bruised ribs, a mild concussion, and damage to nerves that had just started to heal. The doctor looked at me carefully. Did someone push you? Yes, I said. He nodded slowly. Then this needs to be documented. For the first time since the accident, someone believed me without hesitation. I cried after he left. Not because of pain, but because belief feels like oxygen when you've been suffocating for years. Silence isn't weakness. Lily didn't call. Not once. Instead, I heard from others. My aunt texted, family shouldn't air things publicly. My cousin wrote, Lily says it was a misunderstanding. Even my mom said she didn't mean it the way it looked. The way it looked. Like she pushed her disabled sister out of a wheelchair. But I stayed quiet. People mistake silence for weakness. I knew better. The one thing Lily forgot. What Lily never understood about me was this. I paid attention. While she performed, I observed. While she talked, I listened. While she lied, I remembered. And I remembered everything, including the cameras. The event hall had security cameras. I called them from my hospital bed. At first, they were hesitant. Then I mentioned liability. They agreed to release the footage to my lawyer. Yes, I had one. Because after my accident, the drunk driver's insurance company had taught me a lot about protecting myself. The footage was clear. Too clear. It showed Lily walking toward me. Her hands gripping the wheelchair. Her shove. No stumble. No attempt to help. No accident. Just cruelty. I watched it once. Then I stopped. I didn't need to relive it. I needed to use it. The engagement begins to crack. 3 days later, Lily's fiancé, Mark, called me. I almost didn't answer. Almost. Emma, he said quietly, can we talk? I let the silence stretch. Finally, I said, about what? About what happened, he replied. Lily's story keeps changing. I smiled for the first time in days. Does it? I asked. He hesitated. She said you tried to stand. Then she said you lost balance. Then she said the chair malfunctioned. Mark, I said gently, have you seen the video? His breath caught. What video? We met the next day. I showed him. He didn't say a word while it played. When it ended, he stood up abruptly, packing the room. She told me you exaggerate, he said, that you like attention. I met his eyes, and now. He stopped packing. She looked angry, he said slowly. Not scared, not shocked, angry. I nodded. She was. Family can be cruelest. When my parents finally came to see me, they brought guilt instead of flowers. My mother cried. My father avoided my eyes. She didn't mean to hurt you, Mom said. She meant to humiliate me, I replied. Dad sighed. You know how Lily is. I looked at him sharply. Yes, I do, and you let her be that way. Silence. Then I showed them the footage. My mother gasped, covering her mouth. My father's face hardened in a way I had never seen before. She lied, he whispered. Yes, I said, and you believed her like always. For once, neither of them defended her. The truth goes public. I didn't want revenge. I wanted truth. But sometimes, truth looks like revenge to people who have lived in lies. The video leaked. Not by me. By someone who was tired of covering for Lily. Within hours, people were talking. Friends distanced themselves. Relatives stopped calling me. And Lily's perfect image cracked. Then shattered. Mark called again. The engagement was off. She needs help, he said quietly, but I can't marry someone capable of that. I felt no joy. Only relief. The confrontation. Lily showed up at my door 2 weeks later. Unannounced. Uninvited. She looked smaller somehow. Less shiny. Less certain. Are you happy now? She snapped. I opened the door wider. Come in. She scoffed. So you can record me. I smiled calmly. No, so you can finally listen. She crossed her arms. You ruined my life. I met her gaze evenly. No, you revealed yourself. Her voice shook. You want people to feel sorry for you. I leaned forward slightly. And you need people to worship you. That's the difference. She swallowed. I was scared, she admitted quietly. After your accident, Mom and Dad looked at you differently. Like a human being, I asked. She flinched. I didn't push you because you were faking, she whispered. I pushed you because you were real, and it scared me. I nodded. I know. Walking away. Lily left without another word. We don't talk anymore. Maybe someday. Maybe never. But I stopped waiting for her apology. I started physical therapy again. Progress is slow. Painful. But it's mine. Some days, I still need the wheelchair. Some days I don't. And for the first time in my life. That's okay. The final lesson. Hear what I learned. The people who accuse you of faking pain are often the ones afraid of facing their own cruelty. And sometimes, the strongest revenge is surviving, speaking truth, and walking away, whether on your feet or not. And